Greetings and welcome to another issue of CVMSDC's Virtual Capabilities Briefing. We're glad that you're here to join us for another session. Today we have Daniel Freeman of Genius Talent Group. I'm your debt producer, Taya Bolton with the PR Pros team. We have an informative session planned for you today. Before we get started, I'd like to just cover a little bit of housekeeping with you. All of our audience participant lines are muted. However, you can submit a question using the question box featured in the GoToWebinar dashboard on your screen. It's normally docked over on the right-hand side. Also, today's session is being recorded and will be available for you to review and share with your colleagues post-event. You can view the recording from the CVMSDC website at cvmsdc.org/webinars. Now, I'm pleased to introduce our CVMSDC President and CEO, Dominique Milton, to open up today's session.
And thank you so much, Ty, and thank you, Daniel Freeman, for being with us today. I'm so excited to present Genius Talent to you today. We are in our virtual capability briefing session, and virtual capability briefings were designed to allow our MBEs to be able to pitch their businesses to our corporate clients during this COVID season. So I want to introduce to you today Daniel Freeman. He hails from the small town of Waynesboro, Virginia, nestled at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, just southwest of James Madison University, where he earned his undergraduate degree. It was there Mr. Freeman was taught a strong value system based on biblical principles by his late father, Owen Edward Freeman Jr., and his mother, Diana Priscilla Freeman. Those principles have provided the foundation on which he built a successful corporate career, serving clients and helping them to solve their most pressing challenges via staff augmentation. Through that corporate experience, Mr. Freeman consistently witnessed clients and consultants being overpromised and underserved. Drawing from the core values that were instilled in him at an early age, he sought to build a company based on serving people over serving profits and ensuring their say and do always matched. That led to the formation of Genius Talent, a faith-based staffing and recruiting company headquartered in Raleigh, North Carolina. When Mr. Freeman is not busy building a business, you can find him on the nearest golf course. We have something in common. Serving in his kids' ministry at church, or his favorite thing to do, spending time with his wife, Serena, and his two rambunctious sons. So I'm so excited to have you here today, Daniel. I didn't tell you when we were talking before that I was working with a staffing company as an MBE before I became the president of the council. So we have a lot of things in common.
Absolutely.
All right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to leave and let you make your presentation, and I'll be back for Q&A. Take it away.
Thank you. First and foremost, Dominique, thank you for that warm welcome and to CVMSDC for the opportunity to come on and be able to speak to potential clients and other MBEs about my business and how we can help folks solve problems in their respective businesses. So jumping right in, Genius Talent, Beyond Smart Choices. There's a video that I want to show to get started. Just gives you a little overview of our organization, what we're about. It's about 30 seconds. The sound may not play. If not, you can always go to LinkedIn and the video is posted there on our company page, but I'll play that video for you all now. I promised it would be short. And folks learn a few different ways, right? Some people like videos, some people like to speak, some people like to be spoken to. So I want to tell you, in retrospect, what my business is about. And so as you think about Genius Talent, who are we? We're, again, a faith-based minority-owned staffing and recruiting company. Our main focus areas are IT, healthcare, professional, and industrial services. We stand on 40 plus years of experience throughout our group through various corporate careers in the staffing and consulting and sales arena. Our mission is very simple. When we engage our clients and engage the community and the marketplace, we really want to solve problems and serve people. We keep it that simple. Next I want to show you our national reach. We are headquartered here in Raleigh, North Carolina, but we have a history of consultants and contractors and clients throughout the nation. So although we are a smaller boutique firm here in Raleigh, we do have the capacity to serve folks nationally. And this is just a quick depiction of some of the clients that we've been able to serve throughout our career. When I sought to start Genius Talent and really looked at the industry, Dominique was so nice to mention some of the reasons why I started, but really we took a look at the industry problems and what were the things we were hearing from the client side and what we were hearing from folks who worked in staffing companies that were potential issues as to the problems we could solve for them. And when we came to the client side, it was overwhelming. There were, companies that cared more about profit than people, financial uncertainty in their workforce, keeping up with technology. As we know, technology changes day in and day out, right? As soon as you get that new iPhone, well, here comes the next one. And specialization, right? There's an old kind of adage of, the do-it-all person, where as we move forward in technology, we need folks with specialized skills. And we see that as an industry trend being a problem for most organizations. And then finally, the hire to retire model is a thing of the past. You never see anyone that's getting hired in 30 years, 40 years in a job anymore. It's really folks that are bouncing around every 2 to 3 years, which create uncertainty for clients in the marketplace. And also, from a tribal knowledge standpoint, there's not that information passed down and creates gaps and problems in the ecosystem within a company. That's some of the problems that we saw there. As we looked into the staffing company side, it was a service industry that didn't truly serve, right? Staffing is all based on service. And unfortunately, we've seen from a lot of, clients that we talk to and a lot of companies that we talk to within staffing that people feel like they don't serve. Ghosting is a term that's come up over the last several years, where because they're not truly serving, candidates are just ghosting both the client and ghosting both the companies, right? And so those folks are putting themselves in a position where they're not building strategic relationships and partnerships, which is something we seek to change. And then culture. Our company is built on firm culture, right? Our say and do must match in everything that we do, and that's an integral part of our business, and it's a culture that we build ourselves on. So when we talk about the problems, there's got to be some solutions, right? And so as you think about those things that we saw before, how are we going to help solve those problems? We focus on people over profit. We also seek to have exclusive partnerships with our clients. And the reason why we do so is because we want to be able to get to intimately know our clients, understand what makes them tick, what business objectives are they trying to reach, not just this year, but 2, 3, 4, 5 years out, and where do we fit into that puzzle to help them achieve those goals? Building capacity for the future. As we talked before, a lot of folks in the past have had, the skill sets that have become kind of antiquated or outdated. And so how can we help companies build for the future? And that's what we seek to do in terms of our solutions, is really focused on some of those niche technological positions that will help clients be future dated in mind. In terms of our focus and what we do, we are laser focused in 4 industries. There's a lot of staffing companies out there that focus on any and everything. If you call them for an admin one day, an engineer the next day, or a housekeeper one day, they say that they can fill that. We don't. We know who we are and we know who we aren't, and we focus on 4 industries, which you'll see here in a minute. And then really providing 4 delivery models for our clients. We don't want to show up and say, hey, this is how we got to get it done. We want to give our clients options that best fit their business. From a staffing company perspective, our solutions are, it's our mission to serve. As I mentioned before, our whole mission is to solve problems and serve people. Enhanced screening. We have a 3-tiered system in terms of screening process. Gone are the days where they speak to one person and then get placed in a job with the client. So we have an enhanced screening process, which I'm happy to talk to folks individually about at a later date. And then our culture, right? We talked about that being a problem that we saw. Our culture is driven by Christ, right? Our faith-based Christian principles that are ingrained into the fabric of everything that we do. Next, I want to talk to you a little bit about our product, right? I mentioned that before. We're laser focused in 4 areas. Those areas are information technology, healthcare, professional, and industrial. Right, and so I won't read all the different sectors that we play in there, but that gives you a general overview of the areas in which we play. Again, so in information technology, healthcare, professional, and industrial. We talked about the delivery options. So we really have 4 ways that we deliver our service and product to our clients. We do that through RPO, which is recruitment process outsourcing, where we work with clients that are may have bulk hiring that they need, and they need it at a reduced cost. We've truly partnered with those folks, and we become an extension of their talent acquisition organization and provide them with world-class staffing and recruiting support. Additionally, direct hire. So if you're looking to have someone find a candidate for you, maybe a hard to fill skill set, where we can step in there and fill that for you on a direct hire basis. We also offer contract, where there might be some contingent workforce needs. Perhaps there's, again, uncertainty in the market. Given our current state today, we've seen a huge uptick in contract engagement where clients still have work, but they're uncertain of what COVID is going to present and how that will impact their business. So having a contingent labor workforce is very important. And then contract to hire. I call it the try before you buy method, right? Where you can really get to view the client and the client gets to view you as well to see if it could be a good fit for you. Talking about the 4 industries, here are some specialized individual specific skill sets that we help clients out with, anything from project management to business system analysts to business management type positions, healthcare administration. Those are the types of roles that we work with, again, in those 4 laser focused areas. Our business model, a little different than other folks. We really focus on, again, RPO model, and then we focus on mirroring our efforts on our talent pipeline and how we attract and retain those folks in our client pipeline of who we work with. We're not an organization that's looking to work with 300-400 clients. Maybe one day, if we can still maintain that intimate relationship with them and truly understand their business, we are looking for strategic partnerships where clients value a relationship and value their partner getting to know their business intimately. Speaking of partnerships, who is the right partner, right? And I would say you are the right partner for us, if you want your experience to be a treat. And what do I mean by treat? We focus on transparency, responsiveness, expertise, agility, and technological approach. So if you're looking for a treat, then certainly we're the organization for you. And I appreciate your time today to be able to speak to you a little bit about Genius Talent and our services and our capabilities. And I've provided my contact information here. If there's anything that you all have questions, feel free to reach out at a later time. We'd love the opportunity to sit one-on-one with clients and talk about your problems and how Genius Talent can help you solve those. Thank you.
Excellent job, Daniel. And I love the treat analogy. Thank you so much for that. So
Absolutely.
You said people over profit. Having been in this industry, I know how difficult it could be. I know that maybe it's changed, but when I did it, we might have a client that says, okay, we want you to be in our portal. And when a RFP was released, there might be 60 companies out there searching for talent, right?
Right.
Hopefully you're not dealing with as much competition, but what sets you apart from those other companies that you're fighting with to find that talent to fill that position?
Yeah, I appreciate that question, Dominique. Part of it is we actually don't play in that space. From a competition perspective, we are not looking to engage clients that want to have 30 or 40 folks out there fishing from the same pond, right? What that promotes to me is it promotes first to the trough, first versus best.
Yes.
We're really looking to be intimate with our clients to provide the best talent. Now that might take a day or two more, but at the end of the day, the cost associated with that is far better than the cost of employee turnover and not having the right person on your team.
That's great. That's great. So how would a company who already has a firm engage with them be able to transition and engage with you? Give us an example.
Yeah, so again, from a relationship perspective, that's what we want is relationships. So if someone's working with another organization, they're looking for either some healthy competition and having another firm be able to take a shot at some of those positions, and or if they're looking to transition from a current firm to another firm, we will first come in and have an assessment time frame where we would sit down with them, again, intimately understand their hiring plan, understand their culture, and understand that there could be a great relationship between us. And once we figure all that stuff out, we'd be in a great shape to talk about a strategic partnership moving forward.
Excellent, excellent. So who would be an ideal client for you?
Yeah, I'll go back to that treat, right? So
Yeah.
folks who are looking for a treat would be an ideal client for us. But more than that, really, it's, again, back to that relationship. There are a lot of clients out there, their business model, they have no need for relationship. They're too big, or they have so many moving parts that it's better for them to have a lot of vendors that can just provide candidates quickly, whether they're qualified or not for that role today. The best client for us is the one that values a relationship, wants to intimately know their partner, wants to be able to pick that cell phone up, call the CEO and say, hey, we need help, or hey, you guys aren't getting it done for us, then that's the type of partner for us. Because again, we believe in serving people and solving problems, and we do that from a very intimate standpoint.
Excellent, excellent. Daniel, can you put that treat slide back up, the previous slide?
Sure, absolutely.
So while you're doing that, okay, perfect. Taya, do we have any questions from the field?
We do, and thank you for such a great presentation, Daniel. One of the questions is, we see that you have a broader reach. Do you have other offices or team members in other states?
Yes, great question. Thank you for that. We currently do not have any other offices, but we do have team members in other states. Our VP of client delivery actually is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he handles most of the West Coast engagement for us. And then the rest of the team sits here locally in Raleigh, handling the East Coast for us. But in terms of, we have a network, a vast network of other consultants that we work with across the nation.
Perfect. Thank you. And one other question is, can you provide an idea of your rate structure?
Yeah, so we actually don't have a rate card. I know some companies out there have specific pricing that they have across the board, no matter the engagement. Again, back to that relationship, each client's different. Their budget's different, their needs different, their timeline is different. And so with that, we want to be able to provide options. So we work with each client individually to figure out a win-win scenario from a pricing perspective.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So Daniel, would you share with me a success story that you're proud of with a client?
Absolutely, sure. Yeah, I'll share one that's actually most recent. We've partnered with a national nonprofit organization that had 3 other vendors that they were historically working with. And we were afforded an opportunity to work with them. They understood that we were looking for a relationship and not a commoditized relationship with them. And so they gave us an opportunity, and we truly got to understand the hiring managers, their team, what they were trying to accomplish from a goal perspective. And over the last 3 months, we've been able to hire 14 people for them, all in leadership type roles. And it's really pushed their organization ahead of schedule from a hiring perspective. Some of those roles we came into and we're hiring for them, they had out with other agencies for at least a couple months. So it was very, very good for us to come in. And they were very shocked and surprised that we wanted to truly understand their business as much as we did, which in my opinion gave us the upper hand because we knew exactly what they were looking for when we went to market.
Outstanding story. Thank you for sharing. What percentage of your people that you put to work end up going full time?
So to date, 100%.
Really?
So for the contract to hire folks and then the direct hire folks, obviously direct is 100%. But for our contract to hire folks, everyone's went permanent. And then we do have some roles that we don't necessarily account for that measurement because they're contract roles, and we know there's a definitive end date. So so far, 100%.
That's outstanding. That speaks volumes about the quality of people that you bring to the table. That is an outstanding statistic. So why should an organization give you an opportunity to work with them?
We are very intentional in everything that we do. We are an organization that literally we are not going to tell you we can do something if we can't do it, right? We appreciate the opportunities and we love to work with folks, but we're very intentional and we're very honest. If you have a problem and we can't solve it, we will tell you we can't solve it. But if you do have a problem that we can solve, we will work tirelessly to ensure that that problem is solved on your time frame.
Excellent. That's one of my favorite words, intentionality. That makes a difference in everything that we do, right?
Absolutely.
So, in closing, Daniel, answer this question or fill in the blanks. We should call Genius Talent when?
I'll go back to my previous slide. You should call Genius Talent when you're looking for a treat, because we treat our clients with the utmost respect, the highest regard, and really look to have that strategic partner. So if clients are looking for a strategic partner and maybe not had good luck with the current partners that they have, you should give us a call and give us a try, because we have very competitive rate structure. We're not large organizations, so we don't have the overhead of some of the other organizations. And again, we can be very competitive from a pricing perspective based on your financial needs.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Let's go to the slide with your contact information. Folks, please contact the Genius Group. Daniel Freeman's information is there. For those who cannot see it, Daniel, read out the phone number for me, please.
Sure. It's 919-295-6120. And folks can always call me on my cell phone. I'm available 24/6. Sunday is Family and the Lord's Day, but I'm available 24/6 at 804-218-0059.
Thank you so much, because I couldn't see it. So I appreciate you reading that.
Sure.
Thank you for being with us today for VCB. We will get a copy of this for you to live on your website. It will live on our website. I want to invite each of our listeners, if you are a certified MBE with CVMSDC.org, please reach out to us at info@cvmsdc.org to schedule your VCB. Also, I want to invite everyone to save the date, register today, because registration is already open for our end of year event. It is a combination of our Business Opportunity Conference and our MBE Summit. It's called Re-Emerge. And for the small price of $89, our certified MBEs will be able to match with up to 8 corporate partners. If you can support a construction project, you can match with up to 16 companies for 15-minute meetings. We're going to have 11 workshops that you can choose from. We're going to have an award ceremony, a silent and live auction. So plan to be there. They're half-day events. And then you have your matchmaking scheduled in the afternoon. So we are looking forward to presenting to you this powerful end-of-year summit that will help you pivot into 2021. Again, you can register at cvmsdc.org, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Daniel, for being here, and it is a wrap.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.